Hello, everyone out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego. And today we're going to continue talking about Thelma and Louise. Of course, we are. Okay. This is part two of my straight man's review of Thelma and Louise. This is a movie that I've never seen it before. I know, right? I've never seen this movie before. I know, right? Yeah. Okay, there's actually two reasons why I've never seen it. Okay, it's because I'm a guy and I'm fucking straight. Okay, that's why I never saw this movie before. But now I'm gonna watch it now for you because I've heard so much about this movie. I know it's very well loved. I know it's a feminist icon movie, all that kind of bullshit. All right, it's basically yeah, for you ladies out there, this is your fucking Rocky movie. Okay, this is your Rocky movie. All right. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm gonna take a shot at it. Okay, I've never seen it before, so I don't know what to expect. I mean, I have kind of an idea of what the movie's about, but so far I'm halfway done with it, and I've learned a lot that I did not know about this movie. Just from starting to watch it. I had no idea Ridley Scott directed this, and I've seen his other movies. He's a great director, although he's hit or miss. But when he hits real well. Like Gladiator was incredible. Blade Runner was incredible. He's done some really good movies, and he's done some pieces of shit too. House of Gucci, come on. All right, Alien was great, So he's a very well-respected, well-known director. You've seen his stuff, okay? And he directed this, which I thought was kind of weird that he delved into Chick-Flick land, because I loved him in Alien. Alien was a straight-up horror movie, okay? Gladiator, that was a drama, but it was an action-adventure drama, okay? This was just fucking Chick-Flickville, okay? I mean, this is a Julia Roberts vehicle without Julia Roberts in it, all right? and it ended up, and apparently it did very well. Okay, it made a lot of money at the box office. It catapulted Brad Pitt into fucking superstardom. This is the movie that made Brad Pitt what he is. Okay, it solidified Gina Davis's acting career at least for the next few years. Okay, it did a lot. It did a lot. Susan Sarandon, Gina Davis, and Susan Sarandon both got nominated for Academy Awards for Best Actress in this movie, which never happens. You never get two women nominated, for the same category for the same movie the same year. Okay, it's weird. It's weird. A lot of weird things in this movie. Okay, Brad Pitt actually beat out George Clooney in the audition for the role of JD, the fucking cowboy stud, the redneck stud. So far from what I've seen, this movie falls into a lot of the chick flick tropes that still exist today. Okay, and what I mean by that is the men in this movie are all stupid, they're all evil, or they're cowards. Stupid, evil, or cowardly, or a combination of those three. Okay, a combination of two or all three of those things. Okay, but every male character in this movie is one, or two, or all three of these things. Okay, and that has not changed even in 2022. Okay, so where we left off in my last review here, I gave you a little backstory about the actors, about the setting, okay, about some little stuff about Gina Davis. She was in Mensa and that kind of thing. All right, so now where we left off here is the girls have decided that they are going to go on a little weekend vacation to some cabin in Arkansas for a fishing cabin, whatever the fuck that is. All right, Thelma is married. Her husband's an asshole. He sells carpet for a living. He's a regional manager, I think. He sells carpet for a living. They live in a rundown, WT neighborhood. Thelma's a housewife. She's not happy. Okay, her husband's a fucking asshole piece of shit. Treats her like shit. He's domineering. He's bossy. He's a chauvinist. Basically everything that these screenwriters think that conservative men are like. Straight conservative men are like. All right, he fits all those categories. So Thelma decides that she is going to go on this vacation, this mini vacation, with her best friend without her husband's permission, because she couldn't bring up the courage to ask him for permission to go when he was there. So she just decided, I'm just going to fucking go. I'll leave him a note. Fuck it, I'm going to go. Me and Louise are going to go to this fucking fishing cabin, even though her and I don't know a goddamn thing about fishing. All right, so they're going to go do that. We know what you're really going there for to do. Okay, don't fucking bullshit me. Come on, man. Come on. We're not all fucking stupid. All right. So that goes on. Okay. Of course, Louise is excited about it too. Okay, so they start packing, and we get a little montage here of the girls packing. Louise is packing her shit. She's putting some of it in plastic bags and stuff. She tries to call her boyfriend. Her boyfriend's name is Jimmy. We don't know what he looks like yet or anything about that, but she tries to leave a message. She gets his answering machine. Okay, so this guy's obviously not around. Okay, Louise leaves a note for her husband. Okay, and the whole time we're listening, they're doing this montage. We're listening to fucking Wild Night is Calling. Okay, it's a cover version though. It's not the original version. I don't think it's the original version. I remember the version from John Cougar Mellencamp. Yes, I said John Cougar Mellencamp because he's always called himself that until like the past 10 years. He dropped the Cougar from his name. Okay, but John Cougar Mellencamp sang this song. Okay, Wild Night is Calling. Bum 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, okay, you know, I'm not gonna fucking sing the whole fucking song, okay, here. But hey, I give you a straight man's point of view. That's what I do here, all right? Can you handle it? Can you handle it? Okay, so we're listening to the cover version of that song. Or maybe that's the original one. Maybe John Cougar Mellencamp did the cover version. Who fucking knows? Who gives a shit? Anyway, so that's going on here, okay? And for some stupid reason, Thelma decides she's gonna bring a fucking lantern with her. She gives no real good reason why. But she brings a lantern with her. Okay, like I said, I'm only halfway through the movie. Yeah, is this foreshadowing something that's going to happen later on? I don't know. But she brings a lantern. Okay, I'm guessing it must because really Scott's a good director. He wouldn't show you something unless there was a payoff to it later on in the movie. So I'm guessing there's a payoff to this lantern. All right. So anyway, they get in the car. It's a convertible. It's a 1966 Thunderbird. Okay, I did recognize the car when I saw it. I thought it was a 68 or a 67, and then I looked it up. It was actually a 66. Thunderbird convertible. This is the Thelma and Louise car. Okay, this blue fucking Thunderbird convertible is the Thelma and Louise car. All right. Now, how the fuck did Louise afford a car like this? Okay, on a waitress salary. And then she's also got like almost $7,000 in the bank. And this is like this movie takes place in the late 60s, early 70s. That was a lot more money back then than it is today. Okay, so where did she get that money? You know, and she's a waitress? You know how many fucking tips you got to pull in to get $6,700 or to buy a car like this? You know, this car must have cost like maybe $3,000. Okay, $2,000 or $3,000 back then. Okay, and she's driving it. You know, anyway. So that's going on here. Okay, they decide to take a selfie before they go. Louise is wearing her fucking bandana around her fucking, you know, like the way the girls used to wear it back in the day, you know, or tied around her fucking, you know, and the sunglasses, and they both got fucking bright fucking Lucy Ricardo red hair. They both do. All right, and they take a selfie, and yet by selfie I mean they used a Polaroid camera. Okay, no cell phones back then. All right, so they take a selfie. Okay, and then while they're driving, Thelma shows Louise the gun. It's the 38. It's the 38 pistol that she took from home. And of course, Louise is like, what are you bringing a gun for? She's like, oh, you know, for protection. You know, Daryl, my husband, got to me for protection in case someone ever tried to rough me up. You know, and I ain't never touched it. I ain't never used it. You know, yes, all the characters talk like this. These are redneck hillbillies. Okay, yes, they are. Okay, so I'm not making fun. This is how they talk. This is how Thelma talks. This is how Louise talks. Okay. They both got a shitload of fucking pancake makeup on, fucking lipstick that would make the fucking Joker jealous, okay? And they both got fucking Lucy Ricardo, I Love Lucy hair going on here, okay? No, that shit came from a bottle. That ain't their real hair, okay? Yes, okay, but this is the look they're going with, all right? So fine, all right? These women look like they're from the country, okay? They look like trailer park people, okay? I'm sorry, but they do. Okay, I do. And I know that's the point of the movie, is they're supposed to be this blue-collared fucking, you know, redneck, fucking conservative, out in the boondocks of fucking Arkansas, country folk, you know, that decide they want to get dirty one weekend and be bad girls and go off on the weekend, okay? Now, the movie's going to tell you they're going to some fucking cabin to go fishing. Bull fucking shit. They're going to get laid, okay? They're going out to go fuck around. Okay, Thelma especially is going to fuck around her husband, okay? Now, later on in the movie, she does tell another character that she's only been with one man, her husband. Bull fucking shit. I would never believe that. Even if it was 1968, I would not believe it. The way these girls are dressed, the way they're talking, the way they look, there's no way in fucking hell I would ever believe that. Bull fucking shit. These girls are not nice girls, okay? These are girls that like to fucking party. They like to get fucking drunk. They like to listen to country music, okay? And they like to do all this shit when their fucking boyfriends/husbands are not around. Okay, these girls are fucking playing the field. Okay, now I'm not judging them for this. Okay, this is our character. These are our protagonists. These are our characters. I get it. Okay, so let's see what it's like to be them. What's it like to live in their shoes for 2 hours? Let's find out. Okay, I'm intrigued to see what it's like. Okay, because right now I'm not intrigued by what I've seen as far as the manga. I've only been introduced to one man, and he's a fucking piece of shit. All right, so that's going on here. Like I said, they got too much makeup, in my opinion. But then again, it was the late '60s. All right. In one point, Thelma puts her feet on Louise's car, the dashboard of her car, and Louise tells her to fucking get your feet off my car. Yeah, this car is her fucking baby. This is her pride and joy. This is Louise's pride and joy. Okay. Neither one of these women have kids. I don't think. Like I said, I'm only halfway through the movie. Okay. But yeah, she treats this car like this is her fucking baby. Okay, this is her baby. This fucking the Thunderbird is Louise's baby. I get, and I can understand that a lot of people have intimate relationships with their vehicles. Okay, Knight Rider, anybody? At least that car talked back to him. I mean, Carrie. I mean, lots of people. I mean, the Blues Brothers. I mean, lots of movies have their vehicles be their surrogate children in a sense. They're ride or die, literally. They're ride or die. Okay, so she loves this car. I get it. This is her baby. This is her pride and joy. Her prized possession is this fucking Thunderbird. Okay, I can respect that. Okay, so they're going out, and for some now Louisa is already a chain smoker. She's already smoking Marlboros like crazy. Thelma decides that she's gonna take up the smoking habit. Okay, and even fucking Louise is shocked by this. Like, what? What the hell are you doing there, Thelma? That kind of thing. And she's like, oh, but she doesn't actually light up, but she puts it in her mouth and kind of feels it. Anyway, so we already know in this scene that Thelma wants to get dirty. She wants to get bad. She wants to be a bad girl this weekend. Okay, she wants to be a fucking slut. Okay, she's telegraphing all this kind of shit. It's pretty fucking obvious that's why she's going on this trip. Okay, she wants to get fucking boned. She wants to be a bad girl. Okay, and which is fine if that's what this movie's about. Okay, just don't insult my intelligence and make me think this is the fucking first time she's ever done it. Don't fucking make me think that. Okay, because now you're insulting me. You're insulting your fucking audience. If you think we're gonna believe this is the first time she's ever done anything, like bull fucking shit. Okay, this is like every other weekend. Okay, for her. Okay. And I lived on a military base. I know what the girls are like outside that military base. They're just like this. Okay. Only they get laid a lot more. So don't patronize me with this bullshit, all right? Okay, but oh well. This movie wasn't made for me, right? Okay. So Thelma tells Louise that she left a note for her husband in front of the microwave, in front of a beer, letting her know that she decided to go on a vacation with Louise and she'll be back after the weekend's over. Okay. So that's going on here, okay, and Thelma wants to stop. So they've been driving for a while, smoking cigarettes. You can imagine all the ashes that are falling into the back seat because they got the top down, And I used to smoke, I know, all right? So they decided to stop at a truck stop, okay? Louise does not want to stop. She wants to keep driving until they get there. But Thelma wants to slow down the trip a little bit so she can have a little bit more fun. She never gets the chance to do anything like this, okay? She wants to stop at this truck stop and get some drinks and have some fun and then go there and then go to the cabin, the fishing cabin, all right? So they stop at this truck stop, which is very busy, lots of trucks, lots of vehicles there, okay? So it's very packed. The place is already packed when they get there. All right, which is kind of odd with all these cars in the parking lot and all these people inside the bar. You would think that there'd be like several people in the parking lot, maybe smoking cigarettes or having sex or drinking out there or or something, just fraternizing out there in the parking lot. But no, this huge parking lot of cars. There are no one out there. There's nobody out there. Not even people getting in and out of their cars. All the people are inside the bar. All right, very believable, right? Okay, so of course, Louise finds a parking spot pretty easily, and they go inside the bar. Okay, it's a redneck country western bar. Okay, it's got the Miller Lite neon fucking signs everywhere, Bud Light, all that kind of shit. Country music out the ass. Every guy's got a cowboy hat. He's wearing jeans and a fucking long sleeve shirt. All right, collared shirt. Okay, with the big fucking WCW belt buckle. Okay, and the cowboy boots. All right, and I've been to Texas. I know this is realistic. All right, and they're all listening to fucking some Patsy Cline wannabe and shit. Okay, so they walk in there. Okay, and like I said, it is country as fuck. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Okay, Thelma decides that she wants to get fucked up. She wants some fucking Maker's Mark with a fucking Coke back. Okay. Well, I guess okay, she ain't the one driving, right? Okay. She wants to get fucked up, and Louise is actually surprised. I guess Louise sees Thelma as kind of like the good girl, and she sees herself as the bad girl. And now Thelma's acting like the bad girl, which kind of throws Louise off. I thought y'all were best friends, okay? You can tell you've never seen fucking Thelma act this way before. No, I don't buy that at all. Okay, not if you're best friends. If you're casual acquaintances, this might shock you. Like if this was a coworker or somebody that you only saw at work, and now it's the first time you're hanging out outside of work, I could see that. But no, this is supposed to be your fucking best friend, and you didn't realize that she likes to get fucked up. I've never known any girls that were as close as these two girls that did not know that the other one liked to get fucked up. Okay, I've never seen that before in my life. And ladies, you know goddamn well you've never seen it either, okay? If you're a good friend, your best friend, you know your best friend if she likes to get fucked up or not. You know that. It's not a shock that you discover when you're fucking 30 years old, all right? So that's going on here, okay? Thelma says, my hair is coming down, okay, which means that she's going to party, okay? She wants to fucking party, all right? Okay, so all of a sudden this guy comes up there. And of course, he's a fucking male chauvinist fucking pig, and he's actually worse than that. But he comes up to the girls and he starts flirting with them. He just walks up to their table and starts flirting with them. Okay? He says his name is, we find out his name is Harlan. He's this white guy, younger guy, full of himself. He thinks he's fucking God's gift. All right? And he acts that way. You know? He flirts with them. He calls himself a funny hunk. You know, he actually says that about, I'm a funny hunk. Yes, he says that about himself, okay? And he wants to dance, okay? And they're like, well, you know, I'm just hanging out with my friend right now. And he's like, well, you come find me before you leave. I better get that dance, you know, and he walks away, right? Okay, so Thelma likes the attention that she's getting from the men, okay? I guess, you know, being holed up in that house with her husband, you know, she's already, I think she's already thinking that her husband's cheating on her because he's staying out late and stuff instead of coming straight home from work. You know, so she thinks that he's probably already got a piece on the side. He's been fucking around on her. That's what she thinks. All right. So this is her chance to fucking see what it's like to get some attention from other men. Okay. I.e., I want to fuck some other guys. Okay. But it's got to be a guy that she's attracted to. It's got to be a guy that she wants to fuck. It can't be a guy that she's just going to fucking use to get drinks. Okay, or a guy that she's going to use to pay her bill, her bar tab, you know, that kind of thing. It's got to be a guy that she actually is horny for. Okay, and she hasn't met that guy yet. All right, so she wants this attention. Okay, so they decide. Thelma decides that she likes you know, dancing and stuff, and the guy's looking at her and shit, and so she ends up dancing with this guy Harlan. All right, it's dancing time. Okay, starts playing some country music, and fucking Thelma's like, yeah, it's time to get down. You know, so she goes out on the dance floor, starts shaking her ass, right? Okay, now Louise's boyfriend, okay, because she couldn't get a hold of her boyfriend, she couldn't really tell him where she is or what she's doing, okay, because she couldn't reach her boyfriend. So her boyfriend, his name is Jimmy, does not know where Louise is or what she's doing or who she's with. Okay, either. Okay, because she couldn't reach him. Okay, so Thelma ends up dancing with Harlan, the asshole, the funny hunk that he calls himself. Okay, so they're dancing. Okay, and Louise also gets asked to dance by some nerdy fucking redneck cowboy. Okay, so she dances with him too, some skinny guy with a big fucking Jimmy Croyce fucking mustache. So that's going on. They're dancing together and stuff, okay? And then they start doing some fucking line dancing. Yeah, and I'm not talking Macarena, and I'm not talking fucking It's Electric. That song comes later. No. They're doing some other shit. All right? So they're doing their fucking country line dancing, whatever. You know, I've been to country bars, you know, Cowboys Red River and shit, you know, Gillies, you know, from Urban Cowboy. So I get it. I'm not a big fan of country bars, but I have been inside a few of them, and I know the kind of music they play. Okay, so none of this is a shock to me. I'm just surprised they're not flipping girls over and stuff, you know, because that's usually what I've seen in country bars that I've been to, you know. But it's not my favorite music or nothing. Okay, so they're dancing there, doing the line dancing. Okay. Louise tries to pull Thelma away from the dance floor because it's getting late. They're getting drunk. I mean, Louise herself is fucking chugging margaritas, okay? And fucking obviously Thelma's getting fucked up too on whiskey and cokebacks, all right? And fucking Harlan, this guy bought them another round, okay? So they're really getting fucked up now, okay? Now, Thelma starts getting fucking, Louise goes to the bathroom to try to call her boyfriend again, I think. Okay, but Thelma starts getting woozy. Okay, she starts getting like dizzy and shit, and she can't dance anymore. Okay, of course Harlan's like, "Hey, you okay, sweetheart? Hey, maybe we all come outside to get some air." You know, that kind of shit. She's like, "Oh, okay." She got roofied. Okay, she got roofied. Okay, that's what happened. That's a date rape drug. Okay, Rohypnol. Okay, it's a date rape drug. All right. He roofied her drink. Of course he fucking did. This piece of shit asshole. He roofied her. Okay, so he coaxed her to come outside to get some air. Okay, but we all know what's going to go on here, and because she's all fucked up right now, she goes with it. Okay, now everybody saw her dancing with this guy in the club. Even when Louise was looking for her earlier, she looked over across the room and saw her on the dance floor waving at her with a fucking beer in her hand, like that. So everyone's seen her with this guy already, and they go outside of the parking lot. All right. Okay, and of course, what you think is going to happen is what happens. All right, he roofied her. Okay, so he gets her out in the parking lot. Okay, he takes her outside and he gets her in front of a car. Okay, and then he tries to rape her. Yeah, he tries to rape her. Okay, now I'm going to raise the bullshit flag, not because this would not happen in real life. Unfortunately, this stuff has happened before. Okay, I used to manage this nightclub, and I saw a guy. I didn't see it. Okay, but a man was murdered in our parking lot while the club was open. Okay, and I remember that clusterfuck. Oh my God, the cops arrived. They had to fucking none of the customers were allowed to leave the club. I mean, all this kind of shit. They had to take statements from everybody, so I know what it's like. Okay, but what I don't believe is that this would happen. This attempted rape would happen out there in the parking lot where everybody can see, right in front of a bar that's completely fucking jam-packed. Lots of people. Okay, there'd be people out in the parking lot. They'd be smoking cigarettes. They'd be fucking in their cars. They'd be listening to music. They'd be talking to each other. They'd be walking in and out. They'd be parking their cars and going inside, or leaving the club and getting their cars and driving away. All this shit would be happening in real life. Okay, it's fucking Friday night in front of a country western bar, and there is nobody in the fucking parking lot. Nobody in any of these fucking semi trucks that are there. Okay, the only people in the fucking parking lot are this asshole rapist Harlan and fucking Thelma. Okay, bull fucking shit. Someone would have seen something. And once she started screaming, no, some white knight or something would have shown, some woman would have shown up to see what the fuck is going on. Okay, when a woman's screaming for help, nobody fucking just blows that off. Okay, not in the country anyway. All right, maybe in New York it would happen, but not in the country. Okay, someone would have gone out there to see what's going on. Someone would have approached them and something. Okay, something would have happened. Okay, it's not like he's inside the car hiding. He's out in front of everybody. The whole world can fucking see him. Okay, what he's doing trying to rape this girl. Okay, so no, I didn't buy it at all. That it would I buy that he would try to rape her. I did not buy that he would do it this way. Okay. Okay, and when she tries to resist, of course, he hits her. Now, first of all, he's nice about it. Hey, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna hurt you. I just want to kiss you, you know. And then finally, she says no. She hits him, and he's like, bam! He clocks her. Don't you ever hit me again, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, this guy needs to be taken out. All right. Well, luckily Louise is there. Louise shows up from behind. She's got the gun, the 38 that fucking Thelma took from home. She's got it in her hand. I don't think she checked to see if it was loaded, but she does have it in her hand. And she points the gun to his temple. Okay, and tells her to get the fuck away from my friend. All right. I think actually he did actually rape her. I mean, this scene makes it look like he did it. Okay, but then he was interrupted in the middle of it, and he had to fucking back away and fucking pull his pants back up. That kind of thing. All right. So she puts the gun to his head, makes him stop. Okay, and they start to walk away. All right. And as they're walking away, and Louise says something like, "Hey, when a woman says no, that means she don't like it." You know, while she's pointing the gun at him. You know, and he calls her a fucking bitch. Even though he's got a gun pointed to his chest, and he just got caught raping this girl. He's still going to fucking call her a bitch. I don't buy that at all. Okay, rapists. The fact that he took her out away from all the people means he doesn't want people around. Okay, so he cares what people think about him. This is according to the waitress, he goes to this bar all the time. He's very well known as being this womanizer. okay, according to the waitress that works there, all right? So he's known in this bar. He picks up girls and he fucks them, okay? And the ones that say no to him, he rapes, okay? So he's very well known to do this, all right? He doesn't want that getting out. He doesn't want women thinking that about him, okay? So he doesn't want to put himself in a situation where he can look like a fool, okay? If this was realistically, if he was really trying to rape her, I think that he would beg for mercy and fucking run away. That's what I think he would do because he's a fucking coward. Not this guy. This guy's not a coward. He's a fucking idiot. Okay, he would rather fucking die. He's got a gun. I mean, nobody fucking makes jokes when there's a loaded gun to your fucking chest. Okay, nobody jokes around at a time like that. Okay, and nobody gets fucking belligerent at a time like that. Okay, this is a woman. He has no respect for women. Okay, but now here's a woman who's got a gun on him. Okay. He's going to immediately rethink his life and be like, holy shit, no, please don't hurt me, don't hurt me. You know, he's going to play the fucking I'm scared. Now, when he gets away, then he'll be all macho again, like, yeah, fucking bitch. I knew she wasn't going to shoot me, the fucking cunt. The next time I see him, I'll fuck both of them. That's what he would have done in real life, okay? But not here, okay? When this woman's got a gun after you just raped her best friend, okay, and you're going to fucking pull her punk card? Are you fucking stupid? Now, if you were close enough to grab the gun away from her, I would see that. Okay, or if you had the courage enough to grab the gun and start fighting with her, I would see that. But he didn't do either one of those things, which means he's a coward. Okay, all rapists are cowards. Okay, and they're afraid of women, which is why they do this because they can't socially pick up a girl the way a stud can. They have to force themselves onto a woman. You see what I mean? They're cowards. Okay, and the fact that this guy's got a gun on him and he acts all belligerent and tough, that's not a rapist. Rapists don't act that way. Okay, they don't. Okay, now when they got a gun to them, okay? People like them, all they care about is themselves and getting off, okay? And they can't really care about themselves. They're not the suicidal type, if you know what I mean, all right? So, so he talks shit to Louise, even though she's got a gun on him. And she's pissed off. She just saw, this guy just beat up her friend and raped her, you know? Of course she's upset with him. You know, and she told him basically to get lost, and he fucking talked shit to her. He called her a bitch. And then she turns around and goes, what'd you say to me? He says, suck my dick. Boom! You're dead. She shoots him point blank in the chest. Like I said, if you had a gun to you, you probably wouldn't say suck my dick. Okay, not realistically. I know it's a movie, but it's supposed to be like a chick flick. It's not supposed to be a fucking Die Hard movie, you know, where fucking, where Bruce Willis tells fucking Hans Gruber, hey, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, while they got a gun to his head. You know, no, this isn't an Arnold Schwarzenegger, Stallone fucking talking shit to the terrorist movie, okay? This is a scared woman with a gun who just saw her best friend get raped, okay? And it's pointing a gun at the rapist, and the rapist is talking shit to her, okay? You know, in a parking lot that's full of, that realistically would be full of witnesses. Okay, like I said, it's a busy Friday night in the club, okay? There will be people out there that see this all happen. The rape, the shooting, everything. They would have heard the screaming for help. They would have seen him hit the girl. All this would have been witnessed by somebody. No witnesses. Okay, Ripley don't believe this shit, and neither do I. Neither should you. Completely unrealistic, okay? So she blows the guy away, okay? And of course, nobody hears the gunshot. I'm sorry, even if I didn't see anything, even if I wasn't paying attention, let's say, for example, I'm in that parking lot, but I'm fucking a girl in the back seat, so I'm not paying attention to what's going on, 100 feet away from me or nothing, But if I hear a gunshot, okay, I'm going to stop what I'm doing and look around, okay? Someone would have heard something. Someone would have heard that gunshot. Nobody heard nothing. Okay? In fact, there's enough time for Louise and Thelma to have a conversation. She tells Thelma, go get the car. I'll take care of this. So Thelma runs to get the car, which apparently is nearby. Okay, she gets in it pretty quickly. She even reverses it to the exact location where Louise is standing in front of the dead body. And Louise gets in the car. Okay, and and then of course Louise goes up to Harlan's dead body and says like, "Watch your mouth, buddy." Okay. And like I said, no witnesses. All right. And so, of course, they flee the crime scene. They flee, all right? Thelma's driving. She's got blood on her face, She's in shock. She's traumatized. She's trying not to cry, And, of course, Louise is just silent. She's just staring at the gun, the loaded fucking gun in her lap, okay? And Louise is just in shock, okay? And Thelma wants to go straight to the police. She tells her that. She's like, we need to go to the police. What are we going to do? We got to go to the police, you know? I got to tell them the truth. They tried to rape me, you know? And Louise says, like, everyone saw you dancing with him in the bar. No one is going to believe you. We don't live in that kind of a world. God damn it, pull over. Bull fucking shit. Let me tell you something, okay? Okay, all police stations take rape seriously. Okay, even when the woman is faking the rape, is lying about it, the cops are still going to take it fucking seriously. They're going to follow up on it. They're not going to ignore it. Okay? They're not going to ignore it. Okay? Okay, anyone who knows anything about rape knows, okay, that rape, most of the time, women are raped by somebody that they know or someone that they've already had sex with voluntarily. Okay? They've already had consensual sex with their rapist. Okay? Okay, most rapes happen that way. Okay, I know in the movies they like to make it look like some stranger yanks you out of an alley or some shit. That's not really how it happens in real life, okay? Most women know the guy that raped them. They know him somehow. Okay, this isn't a stranger. This isn't someone they just met 10 minutes ago. Okay, most of the time it's someone that they know or someone they've been intimate with, you know? So whenever a woman goes there and says that, they have to investigate it. They have to. Okay, it's not a joke. It's not a fucking joke. All right. I think maybe Louise probably would have gotten some plea bargain her way down to something, to self-defense or involuntary manslaughter or some shit. Maybe she would, you know, all they have to do is dig up this guy's record. I'm sure he's raped women before. This was his standard MO. Okay. And they could have had a decent defense. Okay. Of course, they did not want this to happen. Of course, they didn't want this to happen. God damn it, Thelma. You didn't have to go out in the fucking parking lot with this guy. And I'm not blaming her. It's never the woman's fault if she gets raped, ever. It's never the victim's fault if they get raped, okay? And I do not believe what Louise says. I do not believe that nobody would believe her, okay, if she got raped. I think they would very well believe her, okay? That fucking bruise on her face, she didn't do it to herself, okay? This guy tried to rape her, okay? And if they look at the crime scene, they're going to see that his pants are undone. You know, he was, you know, her fingerprints were on the fucking hood of the car. Okay, of course he was trying to have sex with her. Okay, who has sex and then gives you a fucking big fucking shiner on your face? No, that's not how consensual sex happens. Not really, not most of the time anyway. Okay, so no, that's a rape. That's a fucking rape. Okay, and the cops would have believed her. Okay, and your attorney would have believed you. Okay, but instead of that, they just decide to flee. They decide to fucking flee. Okay, and mostly it's not based on what doing the right thing. It's based on Louise not wanting to go to jail. Okay, now why doesn't she want to go to jail? Well, obviously I know why she doesn't want to go to jail, but I'm thinking she's hiding something. She alludes to it later on in the movie, and I'll get to it when that scene happens. Okay, but I don't think, I think that I think there's a good reason why she doesn't want to stand in front of a judge. Okay, and it's not because of this. All right, so, or not only because of this, okay? So that's going on here. Louise does not want to go to the cops. Okay, she tells her to pull over. Okay, Louise gets out of the car and throws up. Okay, okay. So far, just to give you my little point of view here, so far that since this movie has began, okay, every man depicted in this show, we've only seen two men really. Okay, we've seen her husband, Thelma's husband, Daryl. He's an asshole, chauvinistic, fucking domineering, sexist piece of shit. Okay, who's inattentive to his wife, berates her, insults her all the time. And he thinks he's the one, according to his license plate. He's the one. Okay. The second man we've been introduced to in this movie is a fucking rapist who considers himself a funny hunk, but who's also a rapist, and he's a good dancer too. All right. He has no problem buying girls drinks and putting Rohypnol in their fucking drinks to date rape them. Okay. Yeah, these are the men that we've met so far in this movie. Okay. What do you think this movie's trying to tell you about men? And this is what we are. We're rapists. We're chauvinists. We're assholes. Okay? We use women. We drug them. We berate them. Now, I'm not saying that no men ever do this. Of course, there are men that do that. There's assholes of any gender. Okay? But so far in this movie, that's a chick flick, this is what they're giving us as the examples of men. Okay, this is a movie that could have been written in 2022, honestly. Okay, all right. So I'm going to stop my review of part 2 right now, and I will be back shortly with part 3 so we can continue with Thelma and Louise. All right. Thank you for watching this long, and I'll see you soon on the next one. Bye.